The information I can give you, while there are completely conflicting reports this week about Nico. Someone says that the deal is almost done, someone says that the clause will be paid in the next hours, someone says that the deal is collapsing. I'm told, guys, that the problem is still the same I was mentioning at the beginning of the week, and it's about the registration of Nico. And so Barcelona trying to convince those close to Nico Williams, his camp, and people close to the player about no problems happening for the registration of Nico in the next months. We get Nico Williams, but Barcelona also want the player to trust their plan instead of inserting this kind of clauses in paper. So now the discussion between Barca and Nico camp is about these details, but it doesn't mean that Barcelona are leaving the deal for Nico Williams. As of today, Monday, Barcelona are still absolutely in the process to sign Nico Williams. Barcelona are still happy and convinced to go for Nico Williams, but they have to find, first of all, a solution. We know with La Liga, financial fair play, and all the rest. So Barcelona want to find a solution on that as soon as possible and want to proceed as soon as possible. So nothing has changed in terms of Barcelona plans for Nico Williams. Let's say 12 hours coming from the morning and gonna evolve during the whole day because the story is now everywhere, and it's important to enter into details of this. One of the big stories of the summer, agreement done between Nico Williams and Barcelona on the contract. So we are really entering into the crucial, important stages of the Nico Williams operation.
The Nico Williams deal is once again stalling. Despite weeks of negotiations, Barcelona has yet to secure an agreement with the Spanish forward. The situation is growing increasingly complicated, as the club has been informed that they won't be able to sign or register Nico unless they first sell a player. On the other hand, Nico Williams is holding out for a written guarantee from Barcelona that he will be registered once the deal is complete. With tensions rising, the future of this transfer hangs in the balance.
The same salary they offered from Barcelona 1 year ago. 1 year ago, Nico Williams was not convinced, was not accepting, not just financially, but also about his decision to stay at Athletic Bilbao, play the Europa League with the club, dream of the final in San Mamés in Bilbao with Athletic, so he decided to stay at the club. This summer, Nico first said yes to Barcelona, I'm coming, and then stopped all the negotiations with the other clubs, because it's already 3-4 days that Nico stopped all the negotiations with Bayern and with the English clubs, despite 2 meetings with Bayern.
Previously, it was reported that Nico Williams made it clear to his agent that Barcelona is his top priority. He expressed a strong desire to join the Catalan Giants, stating that he has always dreamed of playing for the club. In fact, Nico even instructed his agent to halt talks with other clubs, including Bayern Munich, as his focus remains firmly on Barcelona. This clear declaration from Nico showed his commitment to the move, but with the ongoing complications surrounding the deal, it now remains to be seen if Barcelona can meet his demands and make his dream transfer a reality. But Barcelona's interest in Nico Williams is not something new. Last summer, the forward was a target for the club to strengthen their left flank. However, the move never materialized, as Nico Williams decided to remain at Athletic Bilbao for another season. Barcelona, in the meantime, went ahead and brought in Dani Olmo to bolster their attack. Even Deco, who has ties with Barcelona, suggested that Nico Williams' train had passed, indicating that the opportunity to sign him had slipped away. Fast forward to this season, and the situation has taken a different turn with the club once again pursuing the Spanish talent.
Barca director Deco. Nico is a top player, but last summer Dani Olmo really wanted to come to Barcelona, showed confidence in the project, and so made it easier for us. Nico did not do that.
Everyone thought that was the end of Nico Williams in Barcelona, but it turns out that was far from the case. This season, it was reported that Nico Williams, through his agent, took the initiative and requested a meeting with the club. Nico's agent, Felix Tinta, sat down with Barcelona's sporting director, Deco, in Barcelona to discuss the possibility of a transfer from Athletic Bilbao. The meeting, lasting about an hour and a half, was initiated at Williams' request to assess Barcelona's interest in bringing him in for the 2025-26 season. Nico, who had been a prime target for Barcelona the previous summer, reiterated his strong desire to join the club, making it clear that he prioritizes Barcelona over other major suitors like Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and Chelsea.
What's going on, guys? Last Friday, so almost 1 week ago, the agent of Nico Williams decided to travel to Barcelona and tell Barca director Deco that the intention of the player was very clear and was to go to Barcelona. So big change compared to last summer. You remember that Barca decided to go for Dani Olmo also because they had a feeling that Dani Olmo really wanted to go to Barcelona. Was not the same with Nico Williams. This summer, Nico sends clear message to Barca. I want to come and join Barca. That was the message from Nico, his agent, to Deco, Barca director. So really appreciated by Barcelona. The story is that then Barcelona started to work for Nico. So to understand the technical details of the release clause, the payment terms, the financial fair play, several stuff around this 58 million euros release clause, plus taxes.
Barcelona soon began negotiations in earnest, looking into all the possibilities to get the deal done. It was initially reported that the talks had entered a new phase, signaling a more serious commitment from both sides. As the discussions progressed, it became increasingly clear that Nico Williams had set his sights firmly on Barcelona, and no other destination seemed likely. With each passing day, it became more evident that he was determined to make the move to Camp Nou, leaving little room for any other suitors to enter the race. Barcelona, now fully aware of Nico's intentions, started to work towards making this dream transfer a reality.
Let's say 12 hours coming from the morning and gonna evolve during the whole day because the story is now everywhere, and it's important to enter into details of this. One of the big stories of the summer, agreement done between Nico Williams and Barcelona on the contract. So we are really entering into the crucial, important stages of the Nico Williams operation.
As soon as the meeting between Nico Williams' agent and Barcelona's sporting director, Deco, began, a social media post from Lamine Yamal quickly caught everyone's attention. The young Barcelona star shared a picture with Nico Williams, both enjoying some fun on the pitch while with the Spain national team. This spontaneous post served as an unofficial confirmation of the ongoing transfer rumors, signaling that Nico Williams' interest in joining Barcelona was indeed real. The image quickly went viral, sparking excitement among Barcelona fans and further fueling speculation that a deal was more likely than ever. Then reports started emerging confirming that Nico Williams' camp had accepted the terms laid out by Barcelona. It was revealed that he had agreed to personal terms with the club on a 6-year deal, a significant step forward in the negotiations. His net salary was reported to be around 7 to 8 million euros per season, making it a lucrative offer for the forward. Additionally, it was disclosed that Nico had personally informed Athletic Bilbao of his intentions, making it clear that he only wanted to join Barcelona. With all these developments, it seemed more and more likely that the deal would soon be finalized.
Barcelona reached an agreement with Nico Williams. I told you all the details. 7-8 million euros net per season salary, 6-year contract, same as Juan Garcia. So everything done between Nico Williams and Barcelona on the contract. The player opened the doors of the deal. Now, the player also did one more step and is telling Athletic Bilbao, I want to go to Barcelona.
But then came the first major shock to the deal. Athletic Bilbao, known for their strong stance in negotiations, made it clear that they would not allow Nico Williams to leave for Barcelona under any installment plan. The club's leadership firmly stated that they wanted the entire payment upfront, rejecting any alternative payment structures. Bilbao's demands were particularly directed at Barcelona, showing that they were unwilling to make any exceptions for the Catalan club. This sudden rigidity in Bilbao's stance threw a wrench into the negotiations, forcing Barcelona to reconsider how they could navigate this financial obstacle while still pushing for Nico's transfer.
Now, what's the reaction from Athletic Club? Respecting the player desire, but at the same time, Athletic, as of today, Tuesday, are still not opening doors to any different solution than payment of the release clause. So obviously Barcelona were hoping for Athletic to open maybe doors to installments, to different payment terms, but at the moment, then if it changes any moment with this saga, things can change. But as of today, the position of Athletic Bilbao informed also Nico Williams about that is, okay, you want to go to Barca, pay the release clause. 58 million euros plus taxes, so around 61-62 million euros in total. One solution, so now Barcelona have the ball in their court. If they want to make the deal happen for Nico Williams, they have to pay the release clause.
But then came the bombshell from La Liga president, Javier Tebas. He revealed that Barcelona has not yet met the 1-to-1 financial rule, which requires the club to offload players before signing new ones. This threw a massive hurdle into Barcelona's pursuit of Nico Williams, as Tebas made it clear that even if the club were to sign Nico, there would be no way to register him due to their current financial situation. This development sent shockwaves through the Barcelona camp, as it now seemed nearly impossible to complete the deal unless the club could resolve their financial constraints. In response to the situation, Nico Williams' camp presented a crucial clause. They demanded that Barcelona provide a guarantee that they would be able to register him once he joined the club. This added another layer of complexity to the deal. Even though Barcelona was close to meeting the one-to-one financial rule, they still didn't want to take any risks that could lead to potential legal issues down the line. The uncertainty surrounding the registration process made the situation more complicated, with both parties now facing a delicate balancing act to ensure that the deal could proceed without any further complications.
Let me start by telling you that my information, speaking to several sources over the day, is that from what was reported in the morning by Mundo Deportivo, Fernando Polo, one of the best journalists in Spain, I can confirm part of this information where was said that, according to my info, is true. People from the camp of Nico Williams are asking Barcelona for some registration guarantee. So, Nico Williams has an agreement with Barca. It's a 6-year contract. Nico Williams has agreed all the financials of this contract, so the agreement remains, the desire of Nico to join Barcelona remains, but people in the camp of Nico Williams are also asking for some guarantee in paper to avoid any problem for Nico Williams' registration.
Recently, it was reported that Barcelona president Joan Laporta personally spoke with Nico Williams' agent and reassured him that the club would be able to register Nico, citing a concrete possibility of returning to the one-to-one financial rule. Laporta's words offered some hope, but the situation remains far from settled. But Barcelona also wanted to have confidence in them from Nico's camp. Nico's camp is still pushing for added security regarding his future, seeking assurances that there will be no legal or registration hurdles once the transfer is complete. Despite Barcelona's optimism, the ongoing need for guarantees has kept the deal in a state of uncertainty, with both sides working through the complexities.
We got Nico Williams, but Barcelona also want the player to trust their plan, instead of inserting this kind of clauses in paper. So now the discussion between Barca and Nico camp is about these details, but it doesn't mean that Barcelona are leaving the deal for Nico Williams. As of today, Monday, Barcelona are still absolutely in the process to sign Nico Williams. Barcelona are still happy and convinced to go for Nico Williams, but they have to find, first of all, a solution, we know, with La Liga, financial fair play, and all the rest. So Barcelona want to find a solution on that as soon as possible and want to proceed as soon as possible, so nothing has changed in terms of Barcelona plans for Nico Williams deal. The information I can give you, while there are completely conflicting reports this week about Nico. Someone says that the deal is almost done, someone says that the clause will be paid in the next hours, someone says that the deal is collapsing. I'm told, guys, that the problem is still the same I was mentioning at the beginning of the week, and it's about the registration of Nico. And so Barcelona trying to convince those close to Nico Williams, his camp, and people close to the player about no problems happening for the registration of Nico in the next months.
Nico Williams' transfer saga has undeniably become one of the major disputes for Barcelona this season, with several twists and turns that have kept fans and football insiders on edge. From initial interest last summer to this season's renewed pursuit, Barcelona has been working tirelessly to secure the signing of the talented Spanish forward. However, complications have consistently arisen, primarily due to Barcelona's financial constraints and the club's struggle to meet the one-to-one financial rule imposed by La Liga. While Barcelona has been making progress, issues surrounding payment structures and registration have created significant hurdles, particularly with the club needing to offload players before Nico's potential signing can be fully realized. On the other hand, Nico Williams has made it clear that his desire to join Barcelona is genuine, even to the point of turning down other major clubs like Bayern Munich and Chelsea. His camp has been pressing for guarantees, specifically related to registration, which has added a layer of legal concern to the negotiations. Despite these challenges, there are signs of optimism. Recent conversations between Barcelona president Joan Laporta and Nico's agent have shown that the club is working towards resolving these issues, with hopes that they can soon return to the one-to-one rule and finalize the transfer. While things are moving in a positive direction, this saga is far from over. Both Barcelona and Nico's camp are still navigating through a web of financial complexities and legal assurances. The deal remains in the balance, and only time will tell if Barcelona can meet all the necessary conditions to secure Nico Williams' future at the club. What do you all think about this ongoing Nico Williams saga? Do you believe Barcelona will be able to resolve their financial issues and finally sign him? Or do you think the club will face more complications down the line? Is it fair for Nico's camp to demand such guarantees, or should he just trust the club's assurances? And how much longer can this situation drag on before either side decides to move on? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your opinions in the comments below.